Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day today. As you know, on my channel, I always try to find interesting, new, and unusual parts for the guitar, and today is no exception. So what we're gonna do is do a little more souping up to our ultimate Epiphone. If you guys remember, this was one of the big builds back in the day that we did. We put some P-rail pickups in here so we can have a single coil, a P90, and a humbucker in each position, and replaced all the electronics, added some locking tuners, that kind of stuff. And this thing is one of the most versatile Les Pauls out there just because of those P-rail pickups and the custom electronics. So what we're going to do is, upgrade it a little bit further today. Let's jump over to the desk and see what we got. All right, you guys, so here's what we're going to be adding to our ultimate Epiphone. This is from Dietrich Parts, and if that sounds somewhat familiar to you, that's because it's the guy from String Butler. Yeah, one of the original string guides for 3+3 guitars, whether it's acoustic, electric, Gretsch, Gibson, whatever. So yeah, we're going to be adding that. So he sent the stuff over to the channel for me to try, so big thanks to him. So yes, here is, of course, the String Butler. I think lots of guys are familiar with this. This is the newest version of it. So we'll throw it on the Epiphone. Looks really good. Obviously it's got like the swivel string guides on there. Nice and metallic, universal fit, so we'll do that. But this is really what I was interested in when he contacted me. So let's open it up and find out what this thing is. And hopefully it's gonna fit on our Epiphone. Instructions, there we go. Tools. All right, looks like some extra string posts. I'll find out what that's all about there. Also, interesting, okay. Looks like some plastic and kind of felt washers. And this is what it's all about right here. All right, here it is. Check this thing out. This is going to be pretty interesting on the ultimate Epiphone. Take some shots there. It's got sort of like that etched logo. There we go. Dietrich Parts. So yes, look at this. Looks like a whammy bar for a Les Paul. Not quite. Close. This is a B-bender. All right, so let's start off with the easiest mod first. That's going to be adding the String Butler to our ultimate Epiphone. All you have to do, remove your strings, pull 3 screws, and you're off to the races. Super easy mod. So here we go. Let's just install the String Butler. As I mentioned, super easy. Got 3 screws here. And literally takes minutes. In terms of how the nut slot is cut, on these Epiphones, they are direct straight through. So, you're not going to have to do any modifications when you put the String Butler on. Take a look at how your slots are cut. Sometimes the D and the G slots are cut at like an angle to match up the string path to the tuning machine. And it depends how narrow they are too. If they're wide enough, you're still not going to have to do any mods to it. If it's cut really narrow and at a severe angle to kind of match those up, you might have to straighten those nut slots out. But on an Epiphone here, you definitely do not. So that's nice. It's literally just uninstall, slap it in, use the same screws, and yeah, that's all there is to it. And I'll show you guys the results if you haven't seen String Butler stuff before or any other string guides. So yeah, just ridiculously easy. And the slots are nice, so it'll fit like Gretsch, it'll fit acoustic guitars, anything like that. But here we go. So there we go. Yeah, it looks really cool, I gotta say, on the headstock. It matches up the brass kind of, I guess, roller string guides match up really nice with the Les Paul script there. So I think it looks really good. And that's literally all there is to it. I'll try to keep my hand out of the camera there. And we're done. That is the mod. So super easy. I'll just sort of take another shot here so you guys can see what it looks like on the headstock. And yeah, like I said, we'll show you when the string's in. And as you can see, hopefully, the nut slots are cut completely straight, which is going to be perfect for that guide. All right, so let's get on to the main show and yeah, switch ends of the guitar. All right, now for the interesting part, adding that B-bender to a Les Paul Yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. I've never played on a B-bender like this before, so yeah, it's just gonna be even more interesting. So yes, we'll pull the tailpiece off, and obviously we'll be adding the new tailpiece. Now this looks like it fits completely on with my Epiphone. There are posts here that says, let's see here, screw only for Epiphone, right there. So I don't know, I guess if there's a certain style of guitar, you might need to use these that are included, which is nice. But as far as I can tell, this fits perfectly onto the post, so I could either use the new ones or, you know, keep the existing ones. Maybe because there is some tarnishing on these original ones, maybe I'll try the new ones here. I'll put them in and we'll be back. So the new ones go in and fit exactly like the originals. They just look a little fresher, so I decided, well, why not use them? They're in the kit. So there we go. And let's just double check that the spacing is still good. And yeah, perfect. So there it is. Let's go on to the next step. Well, it turns out step number 2 was simply put the strings back on your guitar and enjoy your new B-bender. So yeah, dead simple to install. Love that. Here's what it looks like on the Ultimate Epiphone. Nice piece of hardware. Looks really cool. As you can see, second string is through the B-bender arm. So right there, hopefully you can see, all the other strings go through just like any other Les Paul, but that second string goes through that B-bender arm so that when you use it, it changes the pitch. And in terms of like selecting your pitch, well, there's a bunch. You can pull the screw right out and just like slam it up like 3 full tones or something. But yeah, that's the adjuster wheel right there. That sets your intonation, or not your intonation, but your interval. And I wanted a full tone interval. I added an extra felt there so that this thumb wheel was very stiff so that it didn't loosen up as I used it. And that's pretty much it. It's just got like a thumb wheel screw to set the interval, and yeah, dead simple. And in terms of string butler, there it is on the Ultimate Epiphone. And as you can see, the strings through that nut are completely straight, which is like the whole point of it, right? So getting that perfect angle right through the nut, that way when your string bends, it's gonna be great for the B-bender or just big bends like that. The string doesn't get caught up in those nut slots, it just goes straight through. So that's it. Let's have some fun with the B-bender. Like I said, I've never used it before. Let's plug it in and take a listen. Now the first thing to note is if you don't wanna use it, you tuck the arm away, your guitar functions completely as normal, including bends on second string or any type of articulation you want on it on second string. It's all exactly the same. So all your bends, all your vibrato, everything is completely the same. Now when you want to use the B-bender, well, here we go. Now I've set it up, like I said, for a full tone. I can already tell this thing's gonna be so much fun. Now the strings are still stretching out. Like I said, I just put everything back on and put it together. I did add, like I said, another felt washer here so that this screw stayed tight. So once I had my interval, then yeah, there was no play or slop in the arm at all. So yeah, it's very, very like really positive feeling. It feels really good in terms of like the hardware itself. Yeah, I'm gonna just keep exploring and doing some tones with it. So here are my final thoughts on the Easy B Bender from Dietrich Parts. Now, number one, installation was dead simple. I don't know why I was expecting something more complex, but it was super easy. Just pull the old tailpiece off, put the new one on, and you're pretty much good to go. I think this thing would be awesome on like a big body 335 style guitar, something like a D'Angelico or something like that. Yeah, it's just awesome, but I knew I wanted to put it on my ultimate Epiphone to make this thing even more ultimate. And I know I'm going to be like hardcore overusing this B Bender. It's so addictive and so fun. It's just like every chord, bend the B, you gotta. So yeah, I'll learn some licks and watch some tutorials. But yeah, just in terms of installing it, it's so much fun to use. High quality parts for sure. I love when companies like actually give you replacement parts and spare parts. So if something wears out, you don't have to contact them, wait for shipping, try to get some customer support. They just like include it all. So it's nice to have all extra washers and felts and stuff like that, and some tools. I mean, if you have screwdrivers, you don't need the tools, but it's nice that they include it. Just throw it in your guitar case with whatever guitar you install it on, and you're good to go. So yeah, high quality parts, super fun to use, and kind of easier than I expected in terms of like installation and how to use it. In terms of like string butler, this part's a little more well known. The newest version is really nice. Metal, looks great on a Les Paul style guitar. And like I said, just check your nut slots so that the strings will go straight through, and you're good to go. So yeah, that's kind of like the B Bender and the whole experience. Super fun. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I will link to the B Bender and the string butler down in the video description below. You can check them out there. I always love doing videos like this because it forces me to think and play in a different way, which is so much fun. So anyway, there you guys go. Other than that, all the gear I used will be down in the video description below. You can check it out if you're so interested. Other than that, have a great day. Take care.